I'm trying to keep up with streaming, so I am starting very late, and my laptop is not plugged in. I'm hoping because I don't have my ring light that it won't use as much battery to stream. But one of my goals today was to paint. That's why I put my paint clothes on, and I didn't get to it because I really have no excuses why I didn't get to it. Um, but I wanted to stream tonight. I wanted to paint today, so two for one. I'm gonna paint on stream, which is something I used to do all the time and haven't done in a really long time because, quite frankly, um, it's not that I haven't been streaming, but I haven't been painting. So we're gonna start with something that I already started, and I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, but we'll see how it goes. I have a very small easel that I'm using, and obviously, I guess I could point the camera down a little bit so you can see the whole thing. But yeah, we're gonna do that. But first, we have to roll the ads. So we'll be back in 3 minutes. All right, we are back. So I have my nightly tea. Let this shit go. And part of what I'm letting go is not having the perfect day. Let it go. It already happened. Can't go back. Nothing I can do. I can only do better tomorrow. Which tomorrow is the new moon. So I did spend some time writing tarot inspired horoscopes for each sign. They are currently rough drafted. We're gonna get them fine tuned tomorrow. I might share next time I stream. I can read them. Maybe I'll post on my story on here. I might post them on my Instagram. I don't know yet. But right now, we're gonna paint because it's a habit that I would like to reinstill in my life. As I mentioned, laptop not plugged in, so we basically have however much time this will last. Because of the colors that I did on here, which I did this probably like maybe over the summer, could have been last summer, I don't even know. But my inspiration for this painting is one of my other paintings, which, okay, maybe a little pretentious, I don't know. But this is my inspiration for this canvas. Yeah. Up close. This is one of the best paintings I've ever done. It was completely impromptu. I just started by adding colors, and then I basically used like the little imperfections of the background to do the details, and then decided to add the bowl and make it a Taurus painting. And let me tell you, it definitely resonates with Tauruses. They loved it. Oh, I really have the hiccups. But that's kind of the inspiration. But I also was thinking, because it is a new moon, that my other inspiration would be the moon phases. So I think to start, I'm going to paint the moon phases, or at least the moon. We'll see how that goes. My sponge! We'll see how it goes and go from there. I might add some more details like I did with the other painting. I don't know yet. But I also feel like I need to look at a picture of the moon phases. Minus AI. To make sure I get them all and get them correctly. Okay. Kind of more than I thought. So I'm glad I decided to look at an image. Let's pick a different picture. This one looks good. Okay, let's see here. Okay, decent enough picture. So let's jump into it. I guess we'll start with some whites. And also, I didn't get all my brushes out, so I will be using one brush, and it will be this little guy, who's not in the best condition, but he'll paint. We'll go back to him. So, obviously, we're gonna want to layer in like some gray, some black, whatever. We're just gonna start with white to get the basis of the moon down and go from there. Okay, so here's the thing about doing something like this is I do like the background, and I have a couple canvases, which they're not wrapped canvases, they're just flatboard canvases, and I have a few of them that I did some colors with, and I really like the way that some of them look, and I was like, I don't want to paint anything in this, I don't want to ruin it. But this one had some imperfections. There's some little patches and spots, and that's why I thought I could paint over them. But hi, Landon. I'm painting. I do wish I had like a ruler or something. I wonder if I could open a book. This one might be too thick. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this will work. Gotta get clever. So the shadow isn't helping, but that's about the middle. That's about the middle. Maybe like this. And the spine would be the middle. Okay. Doesn't necessarily look totally even to me, but we gotta go with it. You know, if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. And that's why sometimes I go for not perfect because it will never be perfect. And so sometimes it's better to just make something off center on purpose instead of failing at centering it. And like if I had a ruler, that'd be great, but I don't have a ruler. I might be able to drum up a tape measure. Didn't think about that. Ruler. Okay. So let's see how I did with the book. Looks like it's 12-inch canvas. So it's a little off, technically. Exactly 12 inches. So halfway would be exactly 6. So we're between 5 and 7. That will be okay. That seems pretty good. So we're gonna make that a circle. And of course it's not gonna be a perfect circle. You know? I could maybe, it's too small. I really didn't think ahead at all. I had no plan, just somewhat of a vision. So we're gonna do our best to paint the moon. And I guess technically the moon's not a perfect circle because it has craters, right? And I've never been there, so I really don't know what it's like. It looks round to us, but we're very far away. So this is going to be our full moon. I will be the first to say I don't belong in the sub. I've seen some people do art on here, and they're freaking amazing, and I don't have chops like that. And it's crazy because I've been painting since I could hold a paintbrush, and I never really got much better. I don't do realism. I don't have a ton of confidence in what I'm doing, ever. And some of my paintings turn out good, like the one I was just showing you. But some of them look like I did it in 5th grade. And it is what it is, because painting for me has always been a hobby and it's always been fun. And that's all there is to it. So there we go. Now, with how small this canvas is, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to fit the moon phases unless I do them pretty small. And I could do them in like descending order where they just get smaller as they go across. So I might try that. But I would definitely have to look at the moon phases while I do it. So, fuck. Might be taking on a little much. And even if I just get the idea on canvas and I come back to it with fresh eyes another time, that's okay. I am notoriously a speed painter. When I paint, I like the painting to get done. I like to finish what I start in the moment. But this doesn't have to be one of those moments. It can be a work in progress. And that can be okay, especially because I do actually need to get to bed earlier than I usually do tonight. And I'm just not tired yet, so I'm hoping that this will tire me out a little bit. In a way. Which I think doing tarot readings would have been more tiring, but like I said, I set out to paint today and I didn't. Not because I couldn't, I had plenty of time to. I just was relaxing, finished a movie, talked to a friend. Didn't really clean today. I kind of clean house like every day unless I have to go to work. And many Saturdays lately, I haven't had plans. I go through phases where I'm really busy and I'm hardly ever home, and then sometimes I'm home a little too much. And so I'm in a home a little too much phase, which kind of makes sense because it's winter and people are not doing as much and everybody wants to hibernate. And I'm here for it. I've been staying in bed super late every day, last minute. But many Saturdays, the past few weeks, it's either Saturday or Sunday, depending on what I got going on. I think last Saturday I had a tarot party to do. This is not looking like the moon, but that's okay. We're gonna go with it. I had a tarot party last Saturday, so I did get up and get ready and leave the house. But then I think Sunday I didn't do anything. And I just tend to stay in my workout outfit. It's like the outfit I put on when I wake up because I don't like wearing my pajamas on the bed. Because I just have always had a little OCD. Anyone who knows me knows like I can be very anal about stuff, and I mean like real OCD. Obsessive thoughts, compulsive behavior, not just like, oh, it has to be organized, like ritualistic checking. So again, don't like having PJs out of bed. So I have an outfit I put on every morning. And there's been a few Saturdays or Sundays as of late, not usually both, where I just don't get ready, skip a shower, don't leave the house, don't do anything. And so today I was like determined not to have that kind of day. I was like, fuck that, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna look nice. I'm gonna put paint clothes on. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna do my makeup. I'm gonna stream. And then I picked up a shift a couple hours ago and I was like, fuck. Now I'm on a time crunch. Now I gotta get it all together. Which I don't have it all together. Maybe I never will. I always like to say I may not have my ducks in a row, but at least they're all at the pond. And that might be me forever. If I got to this point in life, still don't have it any more together than I did, then I might just have to let that ship sail. But I wanted to put myself together today. And this is not a problem I have in the summertime, because in the summertime, I want to get outside. I want to get ready as fast as I can, even if I'm just going to sit on the fucking porch. I don't care. But winter, there's nothing out there for me. It's fucking cold. It's been snowing a lot here lately. And snow's pretty, but also, the slush is the aftermath. Hate it. So this looks pretty uneven to me. Maybe not super noticeable, but whatever. And I did it. I painted something. And so I could stop there and be proud of myself and say, I did it, I did it. But I want to keep going. You know, why not? But I get to a certain point when this easel thing, not the best. I use this for did use these easels for my tarot cards. So I think the canvas is just a little heavy for it. Because it's little. It's more for cards. My phone's too heavy for it. Okay. They don't look great. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look great. I might be able to make it look better, but I might also just fuck with it too much. And I could definitely be using a better brush. But I just, like I said, didn't pull them all out. This is what I have. So, whatever. Not great. I will be the first to say it. No shame in my game. Don't like it. This is what I was afraid of. Is I was gonna ruin it. And I kind of did. But you know what? Just gotta keep going. So now I'm trying to think, like, what else can I add to this painting of the moon? I don't want to, like, completely replicate the other painting. But, again, the inspo. Not bad. Not bad. I might be done fucking with the moons for now. I could use the sponge just to add a little texture to the moons. That's nice. Although, a little worried about these smaller ones. I don't know. Not great. I'm just not a very good painter. It's just always been something fun for me. And I'm okay with that. I don't know. Doesn't look that bad in the camera, but it looks a lot worse up close. So I could do like a circle of people down here, but I don't even know how I'd go about pulling that off. I could add some clouds, but white clouds on white moons wouldn't look right. And of course I'll add layers at a later time. I have some silver paint. I have gray paint. I have light purple, dark purple, light blue, dark blue, royalish blue, black. Just basically the same color scheme as the background. But I think I would do that on my own and not while it's sitting up on a canvas like this. Because again, it's too hard. But if you can't see what I'm doing, what's the fun of being in the art thing? So I guess I could try for the little circle people. Goddess body, curves, silhouettes. And if I don't like it, I can paint over it later. I don't know how I had such confidence to do a painting like this. I did this in 2019 or 2020, end of 2019 or early 2020. And I miss getting lost in painting like I did. And I did have like a better easel at the time. I don't know what I did with it. I might not have it anymore. But I just think this is such a beautiful painting and I didn't plan it. I didn't think about it. I just painted. I just went with it. And I miss that kind of artistry and creativity that I once had, which is something I've been struggling with a lot lately. So, how to get it back other than to do it and to exercise those skills and to just put yourself out there and try. What else can I do? So I was thinking of doing figures, holding hands, but I guess this would be the end ones. Okay. So goofy. Totally the wrong proportions, but something that I've really come to accept about art is that it doesn't have to be good and it doesn't have to be technical. It just has to be. And that's my goal, is to just make it and not worry about what it looks like or if it's good or if someone will buy it. I don't even really sell paintings anyway. So goofy. This brush totally sucks. I think a lot of my brushes. Thank you. I appreciate it. Feel free to tell us a story from history if you want. That's just it. It's a cute little painting. It's not serious. It's not in a museum, you know. It's not a commission. It doesn't have to be anything. It's a cheap little canvas. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be anything. It just has to be. So cute. It's cute. I can't decide if this will be the last person or if I'll do two more. Let's see. It's a little off center again. I hate that. I should have started with the middle one and made it center so that I didn't have this fucking problem. But oh well, it's really my side chick. It's funny, I'm thinking of a Peter Gabriel song, and he is like, drawn across the plain land to the place that is higher, drawn into the circle and dances round the fire. So it's right stuck in my head. Not stuck in my head, I shouldn't say that, I just thought of it doing this painting for obvious reasons. That looks like her outside arm is reaching over. That's okay, she can do whatever she wants. I'm gonna add two people here. Even if we have to bend their arms like so. Sorry, I took the canvas away. Okay. It's cute. Whatever. Like, I can always go in and make it better when I have a better brush and when I have more attention to it and I'm not rushing it. But it's good to just paint something, and this is like something I wish that I did every day. And maybe I'll have people running toward the circle. Kind of like that idea. We'll do one on this side and two on that side. Can also be ghosts, and that's why their figures are the way they are. Ghosts of the moon. And she's not around this 10 days, she's ready to go away. I love it. Sometimes you just have to embrace what is. Lights over here. One back. And forward. This. I like it. I don't really care if it's good. I might not fix it up. I might just leave it like this forever. We'll see how I feel. I wish these were more evenly spaced. I could have definitely made some marks when I had the tape measure out. I could also paint over it. Do it again. I'm notorious for that. And I always bought paints from Michael and would just get like the cheapest ones. But a lot of what I use is craft paint, which is not the same as like canvas paint. And partially due to the fact that it is quick dry. And when it's quick dry, it makes it harder to blend and layer and do whatever. But that's what I've always painted with. And that could be part of the reason that I don't like my paintings or I don't think they're that good, is because I'm not using the proper tools, you know? So I still have a ton of white paint. So I guess I will add some clouds. And like I said, basically layer it up later. And I'm not going for realism anyway, so why does it fucking matter? It's not realistic because the moon phases aren't all in the sky in one night. Are they? No, they are not. One thing I miss is I used to paint outside at parks or just in nature in general, and I would incorporate the nature into the painting. And that just, to me, really speaks on the creativity of things, where I would incorporate like a leaf or a twig or whatever. Um, I just miss being that artistically free because I'm really not much anymore. Big cloud over them, which might turn into smoke. I might put a fire in between them. You know? I might. Smash the radio. No outside voices here. Smash the camera. Cannot kill spirit. Smash. I don't remember the words. It's a great song though. The rhythm is around me. The rhythm has control. The rhythm is inside me. The rhythm has my soul. He holds that note for like 15 seconds. I've counted. I think that's the one that's 15 seconds. Peter Gabriel has a great voice. And he seems like a pretty decent person too. I've loved Peter Gabriel my whole life. And maybe I should start listening to him again. I've been trying to listen to more music, but I also canceled YouTube Music because my card, I've talked about this on the stream before, but my card expired and I had to give them new payment, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna forego it. I have a CD player in my car, so I'll listen to CDs when I'm driving, and that's when I'm usually listening to music anyway, is in the car, and I used to play music off my phone when I was driving. But if I have a CD player, I really don't have any excuses. I can skip an ad or listen to an ad. I use Tubi. I canceled Hulu. I use Tubi, and it's got unskippable ads. It is what it is, you know. Like, it's fucked up, but ads are a part of life. And if I were watching TV or listening to the radio, like people did for 100 years before CDs and streaming and everything existed in our world, I'll get over it. Like I can manage, you know. It's better to not give them money, and I get that using those apps gives them money regardless, but at the same time, at least I'm not giving them my money. Generating money and giving money are two different things. So, whatever, dude. It's the least I can do, especially when we're boycotting many of these streaming services for being compliant to the and playing and things like, and just general propaganda on their channels. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to pay for this anymore. So I don't know. I also wasn't listening to as much music as I used to lately, especially because of the car thing, the CD player, and like actually having a CD collection in my car. So I'm trying to listen to more music, and I've just been picking a song and listening to it to death, just putting it on repeat, playing it over and over again. The last couple of weeks, I could not stop listening to Kids by MGMT. I love that song. I think it's a very important, very emotional song. And I get that the whole goal or purpose of MGMT was to just create pop songs and like prove a point that it was easy to make a pop song or whatever, but lyrically enamored. The song itself is really good, super catchy, iconic beat, just absolutely iconic. Will be referenced for years to come. Even if it started as a joke or a challenge, I don't think they realized what they would create and what it would mean to a generation, my generation. Shit, laptop's dying. Okay. That didn't last long, but I did it. I did two of the things I wanted to do today. I streamed and I painted. So this is what we got. I don't care if it's not that good because I did it and that's what counts. And like I said, it's not that I haven't been painting on stream, it's that I haven't been painting at all. So I'm just happy that I painted. And that's it. So I'm just sitting in a spot that I can't plug my laptop in, which is why I was like, I'll just stream until my laptop dies. And we're at that point where it's dimmed out and the battery's on red. So that's going to be the end of the stream. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here painting. I hope that I paint again soon and paint on stream again soon. It's very soothing and fun, and so why not do it? I don't know when I'll be back. I stream very sporadically. I've been trying to do it regularly, but time gets away, and winter makes me very unmotivated. Even though I'm in the house, I don't get ready and I don't really do anything. I'm also been very sucked into the news, sucked into my bed, and then I get up and I'm sucked into the news, and I have to break the habit of needing to know what's going on 24/7 because I'm not doing anything about it. But we can get more into that conversation next time. For now, I'm gonna go. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.